So, how do you sell $100,000 offers? Like, for example, people regularly pay me around $100,000 to spend a couple days with me one on one. There's four keys to selling high dollar offers. And what you really need to understand is when it comes to price, there's no such thing as expensive or inexpensive. Price is only relative. Let me give you an example. If I were to tell you I have a car for sale and it's $10,000, do you want it? You might say, well, no, I don't want it because I don't have $10,000. But what if I said, this is a brand new Rolls Royce that is being sold in a fire auction because my neighbor just went bankrupt? Now, all of a sudden, for $10,000, you go, I probably could come up with $10,000 to get a Rolls Royce. See, price, the number 10,000 is not high or low. It is only relative to something else. So when you're selling high dollar offers, what matters is not how much it costs. It matters what is the price anchored to. So we call this price anchoring. We teach this to our Brand Builders Group community members. And there's four different things that you can anchor price to, and that's what I'm going to walk you through in this video. So the first thing that you can anchor the price to is to somebody's dream. So for example, if you say, is it worth spending $100,000 with Rory Vaden for 2 days? You might go, that's freaking expensive. And I mean, it's not nothing, right? So, but the reason why people pay me that much is because it's not the $100,000. It's that what I can teach them to do in those 2 days. So for example, if I can help you organize your sales strategy to where you will grow your annual revenue hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a year by what you learn with me in 2 days, paying $100,000 to learn strategies and tips that will help you grow millions of dollars a year over the course of your lifetime, 100 grand is not that much, right? If I can teach you how to get $20,000 or $50,000 for a keynote speech, or if I can teach you how to get $500,000 for a book advance, those are things that I can teach you how to do. Those are things that we know how to do. Those are things that we have helped clients do. If I can teach you how to get a TED Talk that goes viral, we've had 6 clients that have done that, right? That can be a life-changing thing that is worth millions of dollars to you. So it's not it's not $100,000 that you're paying me. It's what does the $100,000 get you? It gets you access to the information and the knowledge that will help you generate millions of dollars later. So that's anchoring it to their dream. It's anchoring the price to the value of what it's going to be worth to them based on what they learn. The second thing to anchor the price to is you anchor the price to the pain of them doing it themselves, right? So you go, is $100,000 for a couple days with Rory a lot of money? Well, yeah, it's not nothing. But everything that I'm sharing with you is something that I've learned over 20 years of being in this business, right? I started as a speaker and an author when I was 17 years old. So I'm young in age time, but I'm old in stage time. I've been at this a really, really long time. So we know what we're doing. Well, you could learn all the things that I have learned on your own. You could read the same books that I have done. You could go out and speak hundreds of times like I have. You could interview the same people. You could spend the hours figuring it out to yourself. And you go, if you added up all of that time, how long would that take you? And how much would that time be worth for you? If you can get someone to pay you $10,000 a day to work with you, then you would only need 10 days. If I could save you just 10 days by spending time with me, learning how to do these things, if you want to do them, all of a sudden you made your money back. So it's not so much what the value of my time is worth, it's what's the value of your time. Or in other words, the person you're talking to, you're selling to, or your prospect. To go, yeah, you could build this yourself. You could learn this yourself. You could figure it out yourself. And how long would that take you, and what is that time worth? So when I tell you a price, I normally wouldn't just tell you like I am in this video, hey, it's $100,000. I would say what you could do is you could spend 10 years trying to figure this out yourself, and most of the people tell me that at their rate of pay, if it took them 10 years to figure that out, that would be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Or you can come spend 2 days with me and I'll show you exactly what to do and for 100 grand, you'll know how to do it and you'll be done. That is a price anchor. It's anchoring it not to just, it's not anchoring the price to the fact that you're going to spend 16 hours with me. It's anchoring it to how much time is it going to save you. So that's the second price anchor. The third thing to anchor your price to is to anchor your price to competitors. So rather than just learning it on their own, compare it to the most expensive alternatives that are out there. So in my case, a good example would be college, right? I go, you can go spend $250,000 going to undergrad and graduate school, and I would suggest that you probably won't learn as much about making money and how to make money in those years. And I have a master's degree. I don't mean to poo-poo on education, right? I have an MBA. I think there's value in formal education. But having been there myself and having had worked with several clients who have been there as well, I think our team and our curriculum can teach you more about making money in 2 days than you would learn in several years at a college institution. It's not really set up for that, right? That's not a smack against colleges. It's just, it's not what, academic education, it's not what academic institutions are set up for. But that's what we are set up for, is to teach you how to become more wealthy and well-known. So now all of a sudden, $100,000 isn't that much, because it's a lot less than $250,000, which is what you might pay to go, in debt somewhere else. And this is something that boggles my mind. Why in the world is it completely okay and acceptable to take on tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in college debt, and yet we make fun of people who spend $1,000 to go buy a ticket to a conference, or somebody who spends $1,000 a month on private coaching? That is insanity. Like, the whole world is, it's totally okay and fine to blow money on college and spend money you don't have getting a college degree, which may or may not teach you how to make much money. It would teach you how to get a job. But to spend a few $1,000s learning from someone who actually knows how to make money and can teach you about money, that's like somehow not acceptable. Anyways, that's a side note, but that blows my mind. So that's how we anchor the price to, is expensive alternatives. The fourth thing that we can anchor the price to, and this is powerful, is the cost of doing nothing, right? So it's one thing to anchor the price to what's the value of your dream and what would your dream be worth if I can help you accomplish that. The second price anchor is to say, how much time would it take for you to do it, and how can I save you that time, and what would that be worth? The third thing is to go, how can the time with me be less than or more affordable than learning this information in some other way? But then the fourth thing is, what if you do nothing, right? Like, what if you do nothing? On the one hand, you could go, wow, that would be crazy to invest $100,000 to sit with somebody for 2 days. That's crazy. But what would be more crazy is to not spend the money, not do the work, not get the education, and not do anything, and never be able to make money, to make real money, right? So again, why is it that we think it's crazy to invest money in our personal development, but it's okay to not learn and not change your life and not do anything? That just doesn't make sense to me. And here's the good news. For most people, they don't have to spend $100,000 to learn from me or other people. I'm not the most richest guy in the world. I'm not the most successful guy in the world. We happen to be pretty good in the space of building and monetizing personal brands for experts and speakers and authors and coaches and people like that. But the good news is, whether you're learning from me or any other of the amazing, talented influencers that are out there, usually you can access their knowledge in a course for a few $100 or their coaching program for a few $1,000, or a book for $20, right? That's insane. Like, it blows my mind that you can get 4 years of my research put together in a book for $20, and then people make fun of you for spending $20 on a book and spending 4 hours to read it, when it can change your life. So don't listen to what broke people are telling you. Don't pay attention to people who are making fun of you for investing in yourself. And when you're selling high dollar offers, make sure that you are articulating and connecting what you're selling is not what matters. The cost of what you're selling isn't what matters. It's the value of what you're selling. What is that value? 4 different price points. The value is related to anchoring that price to the value of them achieving their dream, the value of saving them time learning themselves, the value of learning it from a more expensive competitor, or the value of them not doing anything and staying stuck exactly where they are for the rest of their life. If you learn how to anchor to those 4 things, you can sell anything for any price you want.